They took up a collection, and her grave now has a likeness of an angel leaning against a scroll.
Oh, that's still sad, but
It's very
that was
sad.
very
It's
nice
very
of
cute.
them.
She's sometimes referred to as, quote, the angel of Bodie. Her spirit appears to a lot of young children, tries to play with them in the graveyard. A family that was visiting the cemetery had their youngest daughter who was a preschooler, and she, I guess, was sitting by the grave. She started laughing and giggling, and her parents couldn't figure out what was happening. Her dad had asked what she was doing and what she was laughing at.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that she was playing with another little girl that had a hole in her head. A male tourist also said that he had heard a, quote, hopeful little cry from a young female child presence that said, quote, Daddy.
Oh,
I know.
I'm really sad right now. I can't get over the whole pick thing. I'm sorry. I don't usually insert my miner's pick accidentally into the skull of a child, but when I do, I always drink Dos Equis.
There's a miner that was possibly killed in the Lent shaft explosion that's still working. When rangers would get bored and they'd throw some rocks down the shaft, they would hear an annoyed, disembodied voice go, "Hey, you!" Which I think is very funny.
Less sad. Yeah.
Yeah. There's also a white mule that made its presence known to miners about 2 weeks after it died. They would smell mule droppings in the mine, and sometimes it would appear in front of them while miners were working on the 500-foot level. A lot of workers decided that it wasn't cool for them to work there anymore, so they stopped.
Oh.
The mule was, because it's, a big animal, and to take it up from the level it was on was going to be a pain in the butt. It was buried in the mine, which might explain why it's just still wandering around and apparently shitting everywhere.
I want to go get it. I want to go find it and bring it to safety.
And then the thing that I think is super fun. There's a lot of different things about this. They do supposedly also have a book on some of the paranormal things. They have letters from a number of people that are basically begging them to return whatever they took from Bodie, because a lot of people believe that the community became so tight-knit, and whoever, I guess, is left in the spiritual kind of like area became so tight-knit, and they're trying so hard to protect the town that anything that is taken from the town, they enact this curse on you, so you'll have like crazy terrible luck, and then they want you to return it.
We talked about this a little bit. Like Hawaii, the Wrath of Pele. And they get fucking rocks every year because they're like, I didn't believe in the curse and I brought this rock home with me because I thought it was cute, and now it's not cute anymore and you can take it back.
Right. Or Robert the Doll. Like everything. Like, there's a lot of different places that obviously have something similar to this happening. So when the park officials receive mail, there are often full letters of apologies to both the physical and spiritual beings that are inside of the town. Some people believe that this supposed curse is something that the park rangers had made up so that people would be less likely to take something. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I think it's kind of fun to believe the other one.
I could see where that would be a thing. Don't steal things from the dead.
In 1972, a little girl and her sister had looked through one of the windows to see that people had thrown up like a bunch of dollars and a couple of coins on one of the beds as kind of an offering.
Yeah.
They did what kids do, and they got a little stick, and they had acquired some of that money. The family apparently later had money problems and an inability to hold a job or keep their house. In 1994, a tourist took some random bits and bobs. The next year, the person had experienced a car wreck, a lost job, and illnesses just constantly. In the 2000s, two girls took rocks and made necklaces. They had random, like, bad luck, whatever. Could be explained by nothing. But then that apparently went more aggressive, and they started getting rashes where the necklace touched. One of the girls had a sprained ankle, and then somehow they're equating this to an earthquake. Not sure. I don't know. A German man had taken a bottle from Bodie. He went back to Germany. He had a very bad accident on the Autobahn. And then when his son had taken the same bottle to school, he got into a bike accident as well.
Oh, no.
Apparently, Ed Warren had some theories about the curse. He kind of thought that because people were so desperate to strike it rich because of the gold, that it almost instilled some form of supernatural power where the objects that are from there, because they're so greedy, that if there's residual energy there, then they would be like, give me my stuff back, I guess. 1992, a letter came in. It says, quote, life since has been a steady downward slide. It's possible that all the unpleasant events of the past 9 months are a coincidence, but just in case the Bodie curse is real, I'm returning the nail I took.
Stop stealing things. Oh my God, right? Guys.
In 1994, addressed, quote, Dear Bodie spirits, I am sorry. 1 year ago, around the 4th of July, I was visiting the ghost town. I'd been there many times before, but it always followed the regulations about collecting. This trip was different. I collected some items here and there and brought them home. I was a visitor again this year, and while I was in the museum, I read the letters of others who had collected things and had, quote, bad luck. I started to think about the car accident and loss of my job, my continuing illness, and other bad things that have haunted me for the past year since my visit in violation. I'm generally not superstitious, but please find enclosed the collectibles I just couldn't live without, and ask the spirits to see my regret. Signed, one with a very guilty conscience.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I just think it's so funny. I have so many more letters, but some of them are just long. I strongly suggest that you guys read these. They're very funny.
I might actually go and look some of them up.
They're pretty good. You can have these godforsaken rocks back. I never had so much rotten luck in my life. Please find enclosed one weather-beaten old shoe. This shoe was removed from Bodie during the month of August 1978. My trail of misfortune is so long and depressing it can't be listed here. They're pretty funny.
Wow.
I send the purloined goods along with my deepest apologies to whatever spirit I've offended. I feel better already. Confession really is good for your soul. Yeah, so that's Bodie.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I would love to go there.
I want to go just because, I like the history parts of it as well, but, I really want to read the letters.
Well, and you said it's really high up there, too. It's, in the mountains.
Yeah, it's a very strange, plateau, so it has so many different kinds of weather, so I only want to go in...
Because it'll be chilly up there regardless.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I would totally do that, though. That sounds like a lot of fun. Do we have to camp, though?
No, you just go visit during the day.
Oh, okay, cool. I wasn't sure if that was a camp situation. I don't want to do that.
One day you're going to have to camp, friend. So there is the end of that.
Well, your story was really awesome, and I liked it a whole lot. And I did true crime this week, so I get to close us out with a cheers. And this week, we're going to dedicate our cheers to Amanda, who has been super nice to us on Twitter. And we just wanted to let you know that we appreciate you.
We'll be your friends.
So here's to you. May you live as long as you like and have all you like as long as you live.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And if you'd like to cheers with us, you can do so on Twitter at ShotsInTheDarkP. Also on Instagram at ShotsInTheDarkPod. If you'd like to email us, we are at gmail.com.
If you're really interested about any of our sources, though, you can always message us because we are more than willing to share our sources. Obviously, our information comes from other places. That is why the podcast is able to happen.
And then we also have a Facebook group that we're trying to put things in.
And we're on Patreon as well. So if you'd like to check that out and support the show, we'd really appreciate it. We also really need people to leave us good ratings and reviews on iTunes because it helps other people find the show and it makes us more visible. Well, with all of that being said, from both of us here at Shots in the Dark podcast, we hope we've left you shaken.
Not stirred.
Bye.
Bye. I'm probably a lizard person. As you can see, I have no flesh.